Did you know that one of Hollywood's biggest heartthrobs was obsessed with a sandwich that most people would find bizarre? It's just one of the surprising food facts we've uncovered about 12 legendary stars. From unexpected vegetable cravings to decadent desserts, these celebrity food choices will make you see your idols in a whole new light. Ready to dig in? Lucille Ball's comfort food secret. Picture Lucille Ball after a long day of filming I Love Lucy. She's just wrapped up another hilarious episode, but what kept her comedic energy going? Turns out, America's favorite redhead had a go-to comfort food that fueled her zany antics on and off screen. Lucy's favorite dish? A simple plate of sautéed chicken and mushrooms. This hearty meal powered some of TV's most iconic comedy moments. You could almost smell it cooking in her Hollywood kitchen. Lucy's love for this dish was as straightforward as her character's schemes and just as effective. It was down to earth and satisfying, much like Lucy herself. Next time you watch Lucy get into one of her famous mishaps, think about that plate of chicken and mushrooms behind her mischievous grin. Now, let's find out what kept Elvis's taste buds rocking. Elvis Presley's legendary sandwich. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, had a big appetite for unique flavors. One sandwich stood out among all the dishes he loved. Imagine this: creamy peanut butter, slices of ripe banana, and crispy bacon all stuffed between two slices of bread. Sounds crazy, right? That's the famous Elvis sandwich. The story goes that Elvis first tried this tasty combo at a Denver diner during a late-night craving. He loved it so much that he started asking for it everywhere he went, even when visiting his mom in Memphis. Soon, this sandwich became as famous as Elvis himself. Now, this wasn't exactly health food. The Elvis sandwich was all about big flavor and indulgence, perfect for giving Elvis energy for his wild performances. It's no surprise that it caught on and became a part of rock and roll history. Today, you can still find this unique sandwich on menus across Memphis, especially at the Arcade restaurant. It's a must-try for Elvis fans and food lovers alike. Who would have thought a simple sandwich could become such a big deal in music and food culture? It just shows that sometimes the weirdest combinations can really stick with people. Marilyn Monroe's surprising diet. Think Marilyn Monroe and you probably picture those iconic curves that made her the ultimate sex symbol of the 1950s. But her diet wasn't all about salads and celery sticks. Marilyn had a surprising appetite that would make most nutritionists today raise an eyebrow. So, what was Marilyn's secret to keeping that hourglass figure? She loved hearty meals. While other starlets nibbled on lettuce, Marilyn enjoyed juicy steaks and lamb chops. But here's the twist: she balanced those indulgences with an unlikely sidekick: raw carrots. Talk about an odd combo. Marilyn's menu was full of surprises. She had a soft spot for rich dishes like beef bourguignon, proving that glamour and good food could go together. And for dessert, ice cream sundaes and rice pudding were her top picks. It was like she was telling the world, I can be a bombshell and still enjoy my meals. Now, let's see what kept old Blue Eyes singing. Frank Sinatra's Italian roots. Frank Sinatra may have sung about New York, but his heart belonged to Italian food. His favorite dish? Veal Milanese. This crispy golden cutlet was more than just a meal, it kept him connected to his roots. The Scognamillo family at Patsy's Italian restaurant in Manhattan knew exactly how to please old Blue Eyes. They even created a special recipe called Frank's Veal Cutlets Milanese for him. You could almost smell it cooking, can't you? Veal Milanese became a symbol of the Italian-American experience, reminding people of the food traditions immigrants brought with them. Frank and his friends often enjoyed this taste of Italy in Hollywood. It was a regular at their get-togethers, a delicious part of their shared heritage. Audrey Hepburn's simple pasta pleasure. Audrey Hepburn may have been Hollywood royalty, but her favorite meal was as down-to-earth as they come. Can you guess what it was? None other than a simple plate of spaghetti al pomodoro. This elegant icon had a soft spot for one of Italy's most humble dishes. Audrey's love for this dish ran deep, stemming from her time in Italy during World War II. She once said, I eat a lot of pasta. I love it. I could eat it every day. Imagine Audrey in her garden picking fresh tomatoes for her sauce. This simple pleasure connected her to her experiences in Italy and brought her comfort throughout her life. Spaghetti al pomodoro became more than just a meal for Audrey. It was a reminder of her past and showed how much she enjoyed life's simple things. Even with her glamorous Hollywood image, Audrey found happiness in this basic dish, proving that sometimes the most satisfying things in life are the simplest. James Dean's all-American dessert. James Dean, the rebellious heartthrob of 1950s Hollywood, had a sweet secret that might surprise you. Despite his bad boy image, Dean's favorite dessert was as American as apple pie. That's right, the rebel without a cause loved this classic treat. Who would have thought that the cool, brooding actor enjoyed such a simple dessert? It's like finding out your favorite rock star secretly loves milk and cookies. Dean's love for apple pie showed fans his softer side, making him more relatable to everyday Americans. This comfort food reminded Dean of his Midwestern roots in Indiana. It brought back memories of his childhood, so different from his fast-paced Hollywood life. Picture Dean daydreaming about a slice of warm apple pie between takes on set. These little details make our Hollywood icons seem more human, don't they? Judy Garland's sweet escape. Judy Garland's life was a roller coaster, but she found comfort in a simple pleasure: coffee ice cream. Imagine her taking a break from Hollywood's chaos to enjoy a scoop of this creamy treat. It was her go-to comfort food, bringing a bit of joy to her hectic life. Picture Judy on her couch after a long day of filming, savoring a bowl of coffee ice cream. The rich flavor might have reminded her of relaxed Sunday mornings or cozy diners. For Judy, this wasn't just dessert. It was a moment of calm in her often stormy world, a chance to unwind and forget about being a star. Coffee ice cream became Judy's little escape from Hollywood's demands. It's interesting to think about how a frozen treat could mean so much to such a big celebrity. Food has a way of lifting our spirits and taking us to a happier place, even if just for a moment. Judy's love for coffee ice cream shows us a glimpse of the regular person behind the famous name. John Wayne's hearty cowboy meal. John Wayne, the iconic cowboy of American cinema, had a favorite meal that matched his tough on-screen persona. Any guesses? It was a juicy roast beef cooked rare with a side of potatoes. This hearty dish fueled the Duke's legendary film career. Wayne's love for grilling went beyond just enjoying a good meal. His taste for simple, filling food reflected his real-life experiences. He embraced cowboy culture on and off the screen, including in his diet. Picture the smell of that roast beef drifting across a movie set. There are many stories about Wayne's down-to-earth eating habits. He liked firing up the grill and eating with others. It showed that the Duke wasn't just a Hollywood star, but a regular guy who enjoyed good food. Whether at work or home, that rare roast beef was always Wayne's go-to meal. Elizabeth Taylor's indulgent comfort food. Elizabeth Taylor might have been known for her glittering diamonds and Hollywood glamour, but her favorite meal was pure Southern comfort. The violet-eyed beauty loved good old-fashioned fried chicken and mashed potatoes. Picture Liz decked out in her finest jewels enjoying a crispy golden drumstick. This love for down-home cooking wasn't just a phase. Taylor's Southern roots ran deep, shaping her tastes even as she became one of Hollywood's biggest stars. She once said, "I love to eat and I love to cook. I think food is one of the greatest pleasures in life," and she definitely made the most of that pleasure. Fried chicken became Taylor's ultimate comfort food, reminding her of her American roots amid the glitz of Hollywood. It was a key part of her big farmhouse breakfast, along with eggs, hash browns, and pancakes with maple syrup. This hearty meal was Liz's favorite way to start the day, showing that even movie stars crave a taste of home. Dean Martin's taste of home. Dean Martin, the king of cool, loved a down-to-earth dish that kept him connected to his roots: pasta e fagioli. This hearty Italian soup was a comforting reminder of home for the smooth crooner. Picture a bowl of pasta and beans in a flavorful broth. Can you smell the garlic and herbs? This simple meal was a staple in Dean's childhood home and stayed with him throughout his Hollywood career. For Dean, pasta e fagioli meant more than just good food. Amid the glitz of Hollywood, this humble soup kept him grounded. It was like a warm hug from his past served up in a bowl. Dean's love for pasta e fagioli shows that even big stars enjoy simple pleasures. It reminds us that sometimes the best meals are the ones that bring back memories of home. Bette Davis's sophisticated seafood. Bette Davis was a force on screen, and her sophisticated palate matched her fiery personality. What kept this Hollywood icon fueled for her fierce performances? A simple yet elegant dish: red snapper with fresh vegetables. This refined meal stood out from the heavy, indulgent fare often linked to Hollywood stars. Davis's love for this dish showed her health-conscious approach to eating, which was ahead of its time in old Hollywood. She knew that good food was key to keeping up her famous energy and sharp wit. After all, when you're dishing out zingers like Bette Davis, you need all the brain food you can get. The seafood dish reflected Davis's complex personality, blending her down-to-earth roots with the sophistication she gained as a Hollywood star. It shows that even in her food choices, Bette Davis stayed true to herself. Next up, we'll peek at the hearty breakfast that kept Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, camera ready. Clark Gable's hearty breakfast. Clark Gable, Hollywood's leading man, had a surprising go-to breakfast. Forget champagne and caviar, this star kicked off his day with a simple diner favorite, corned beef hash. Picture a plate of crispy potatoes and tender corned beef all mixed up and fried just right. The savory smell alone could make your mouth water. This hearty meal was miles away from today's trendy avocado toast, but it kept Gable's famous charm going strong. Gable's love for this dish came from his Midwestern roots in Cadiz, Ohio, where filling, no-fuss meals were common. Even as a Hollywood big shot, he stayed true to his small-town tastes. His breakfast choice shows that sometimes the simplest foods hit the spot best. As we finish our food tour through Old Hollywood, it's clear that even the biggest stars loved their comfort food. From Gable's corned beef hash to other celebs' favorite eats, these icons prove good food doesn't need to be fancy. Now, who's ready for breakfast? If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.